can we help you?
Are you having a great con so far this weekend?
Yeah,
Are you loving it?
Yeah. Well, this isn't the weekend, which just started for us. We came this afternoon for the first, we arrived, whatever, for the panel. But it's pretty exciting. Is this your first one you've done?
New York, yes, actually.
And they don't usually have you guys at Comic-Con in New York, do they?
No, this is the first time Pretty Little Liars.
Is this your first Comic-Con, or is it like...
I think it is for the show.
It's a first for the show.
Yeah, it's a first for Pretty Little Liars.
Very cool.
Usually I just sit home alone and wear costumes.
But he puts himself on tape doing
Yeah.
it, so we watched. Those of us were interested to watch.
YouTube channel.
So, oh, sorry. So, I guess I'll go first.
Okay.
I guess, you want to go first, or?
We can go clockwise.
How do you age the girls? They're 5 years older. I mean, is it more than a haircut and an outfit?
No, it's their history. I mean, we had to discuss as a writer's room where they've been. And because the idea always was to reiterate or echo back to a moment in the pilot and the books where the girls are separated for a bit. Arya went to Iceland with her family, so they have not been together. So the return, the reunion, actually has some, it's charged with a lot of anticipation and some anxiety. Because they've tried to forget some of the trauma of high school, and when they see each other, what do you think of immediately? Trauma.
We have more trauma to come.
Yes.
We have lots more
But like
trauma.
physically.
You know, it's interesting. Like one of the things about it is it's one of the ways in which the girls are such great actors is that they walked on the set when for the first episode when we made the jump, and they were so ready to play a different version of themselves.
Yeah.
They've been thinking about this for
They wanted to
a long
own
time.
it.
And as I said, it's literally from the moment they all walked on the set, they were there. They were ready to be. It's the thing about this way. It's an actor who's basically spent 5.5 years developing their character backstory.
Right. And we also didn't have the benefit, interestingly enough, that very often you would start a new season with a hiatus in between, which would give them time to be thinking. And we really went straight from.
It was one day was.
It was the prom and the finale.
And the next day was 5 days later. 5 years later.
5 years later.
Much to the chagrin of the production staff and the art directors.
Truly, it was. We had to make a big leap, literally, and staff-wise, everybody in the writers' room had to click their mind into we're 5 years ahead now.
And meanwhile, we were taking down sets and putting sets up and trying to remember where they were.
And I showed the prom picture. I had a picture of the 4 girls in their prom dresses, and I showed it. I went to a school event for my son, and one of his classmates, was enamored with the show. And I said, we just did the prom episode. She goes, so they're pictures? And I said, well, I have one of the dresses I could probably show you where they're posing. And she said, literally, quote, no one looked like that at our prom. And I thought, that's why we're jumping 5 years, because they're going to own this now. And if we make it in 50 years, it'll be Valley of the Jowls. We got to do this. So it's just 5 years ahead. And 22, 23 years old is a pretty interesting age.
But you still want to go back to 1967 for one episode, I know that.
I really do. I want to do Valley of the Dolls for us one. I'm going to do one Valley of the Dolls episode. Before this show's over, we're going to have one. Audience will have no idea, but it's okay. Their parents or grandparents will wander through the room and say, what are you watching? What is that? What is that?
So now the parents were a big part in the high school portion of the show. Are they going to still play a part 5 years later?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a different kind of relationship because now they're a little bit. They're there, but their children have survived this, and there's some. And the parents themselves have got some repairs to make in their relationships with the girls and with each other.
And you'll see some new developments with the parents. It's really nice in season 6B, 5 years later. There's been some new developments in relationships amongst them, and I can't say any more than that. Just stay tuned.
I'd be amazed what we can't say. But yes,
Is there going to be a third A?
A third A.
That would be the AAA. That would.
She comes to fix Hannah's car.
Yeah.
To charge
It's
her
not
car.
threatening anymore. They just basically come and give you a battery.
That would be the AAA. There will be somebody who doesn't want to make these girls' lives very. Someone to antagonize and intimidate and force them to deal with truths.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
There has to be a threat, so we're going to find a new threat.
We're not changing the DNA of the show. That's what you're asking. These girls, there's something in Rosewood that's still amiss, and these girls have to deal with it.
But the thing is, what we like about this, one of the things we like about this basically is we actually now can invite a brand new audience to the show. they can start enjoying the show from this point on. And then if they want to go back and watch everything that's come before, they can. One of the things we've been stressing is if you haven't watched the show, you can start watching the show.
Yeah, the mythology now, hopefully we're starting fresh with the 5-year jump. So it isn't so labyrinth that people have to go, I'm sorry, I don't know what...
Yeah.
You just know these girls were beleaguered and traumatized in high school.
But of course, if you missed the first episode, you're just as screwed up as you would be if you missed 5 years.
But that one you can watch. That's not binging.
That's not binging.
That's 42 minutes, or what is it, 36 minutes now.
Last question.
20.
They keep getting shorter.
How do you think Charlotte's role going to impact this season going forward?
That's one of the areas where we actually have the stock answer of you have to watch.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Thank you. I misquoted myself.
Stay tuned. It's okay.
What are fans going to be most excited about this season?
I think relationships. I think, one of the things the network said to us, and we were excited about this, they said, not that we ever want to lose the mystery of this show and that element, because it is the DNA of the show. But because they're 22, 23, and now under their parents' supervision, and they've had some other relationships and some other experiences since they left Rosewood, we can focus on more adult relationships the girls can have with each other and with guys. And I can't tell you which guys yet.
No.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
No.